And good afternoon. Welcome to Kelowna Now Live and our new virtual studio.
Our Starship Enterprise.
Yeah.
So we got the Kelowna backdrop back there. And I think it's actually more comfortable too. So I feel better. How's the sound?
Guess we're going to find out.
Sophie says it's good. So there you go. So let's get to it.
All right. Kelowna crews have knocked down a suspicious house fire in Rutland that was ablaze earlier this morning.
So that prompted multiple 911 calls at the 700 block of Dougal Road South at 8:45 a.m. So that's on the south side of the Highway 33.
Okay, yeah.
First arriving officer confirmed flames on the second floor of the single-family home, and they proceeded to knock down the fire from the exterior. They entered the structure, completed the extinguishment. They think the fire was suspicious in nature and is currently investigating. Fortunately, everybody in the house was alerted by the blaze, by the smoke alarm, and they were able to evacuate safely. No injuries. 4 injuries, a rescue unit, a safety unit, a command unit, and 21 firemen showed up for that one.
And a man, 23 years of age, has been accused of swinging 2 large swords inside an Okanagan Sikh temple.
Yeah, so they arrested him after allegedly aggressively swinging 2 large swords at the Sikh temple in the Okanagan. Police said no one was injured in the incident,
This just
which occurred
happened on
outside in the Penticton Sikh temple on Main Street. A 22-year-old man was arrested, and he's going to be appearing before the court. And that happened on Monday, like you said, right?
That's the second one I've heard of in Canada in the last month or so here. It will take nearly $3 million over 10 years as well to fix up the historic OKeefe Ranch.
That's what the assessment says. The OKeefe Ranch in the North Okanagan there will need some tender loving care over the next decade. That was the finding of a facility condition assessment study that was presented to Vernon City Council on Monday. So, have you ever been there?
You know what? Sadly, I have actually not.
Well, kids would love it. So there you go.
Gonna have to.
Will you go take a look and see if you can help them out with that $3 million?
On it. And thousands of doses of drugs were seized during a traffic stop just in the Pandosy area here.
Well, we got a couple of those in the last couple of news outlet stories, right? So they seized a significant amount of illicit drugs in a traffic stop in the South Pandosy area. Again, another traffic stop, right? Kelowna RCMP located an individual parked at the 3000 block of Richter and arrested them for multiple offenses. Person was recognized as being the same driver who was stopped in mid-December in the area of Highway 33 and Hollywood Road after they observed the vehicle driving in a manner consistent with drug trafficking. I'm not sure what that is.
Slow
Around the corner, come back. The police said the individual is not from Kelowna, is now well known to the police. So there you go. There's some pictures of all the drugs.
Well, everybody loves the big blue building with the yellow Ikea logo on it. At least lots of people that are young and buying furniture. It's a little more affordable.
I've been saying this for a while, and I think you and I have talked about it. It's time for big corporations, especially multinational corporations, to actually say, hey, let's lower prices. Instead of trying to make profits on the bottom line, let's actually make a focus to lower prices. And Ikea has come out and said they're going to reduce prices on thousands of products with an $80 million investment and give back. So that's great. And hopefully other big multinationals take note, and they're going to reduce prices on over 1,500 products. So, and people do love the furniture that makes them feel good. And, when they put that in the house, and because in your house, it's your castle. So good on you, Ikea.
Yeah. And the West Kelowna City Council has chosen to pause on the rezoning of a mobile home park for now, anyways.
There you go. After nearly 2-hour public hearing on Tuesday evening, Council put a pause on the proposed rezoning of 2355 Marshall Road, home to, I'm not sure if this is a great name, Shady Acres. I guess if you think about shade, maybe. They were going to turn Shady Acres into light industrial. However, they made it clear the site was to be redeveloped in the future. There was an emotional public hearing, saw more than 30 people in attendance, with many voicing their concern about a lack of housing options. Like, where do we go? Right? So I think that's probably there. A lot of them will probably be in there for, of the 27 manufactured home pads and 1 house on the property, 18 are rented and the remaining 10 are owned. So, I mean, those people have probably been there for a while.
That's a very real issue and
you know,
question.
and the west side and that mobile park is fairly nice. They're probably not paying that much, and And then probably what are their options?
Shady Acres actually sounds kind of nice, to be honest.
Yeah, depends how you look at it, I guess.
The city of West Kelowna has also officially endorsed the Alternative Approval Process, or AAP, for long-term borrowing of up to $8 million to help fund the replacement of Fire Hall number 32. Now, I thought
they took that page out of the book from the Kelowna City Council. There you go. So, hey, I worked for you guys. So, yeah, if you want to go read that story, you head on over to KelownaNow.com and you take a look at that, and there'll be information there for you. We got to say one or two stories. We got to drive you to KelownaNow.com because that's our whole purpose here, right?
That's right. And while we're talking about it, it's great if you're finding value in the broadcast, if you like and subscribe to our channels, YouTube, X, and TikTok.
Lost there?
TikTok.
Or you can do Facebook and Instagram. Not for sure for what, but you can still do that.
Well, anyway. A discovery, moving on now. A discovery during a traffic stop in Spalmachine late Monday night resulted in the RCMP's explosive disposal unit being called in to assist.
Well, it sounds like these traffic stops are turning more and more into something else other than just tickets. Yeah. Right? So, according to police, North Okanagan RCMP officer pulled over a suspicious vehicle over on Reservoir Road at 11:45 p.m. It was the same vehicle that failed to stop for police earlier in the day. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea. Again, doing 2 crimes in one day? Usually not a good idea, right? While the driver was taken into custody without incident, officers searched the vehicle and discovered several items that resembled hand grenades. As a result, the vehicle was left in place and an area was cordoned off until the EDU could arrive noon on Tuesday. All the items were rendered safe. An analysis of conduct confirmed presence of explosives. The driver of the vehicle has been released. That's weird. From custody as police complete their investigation. Didn't stop once. Has explosives. There you go.
Maybe our military could just use those explosives. And speaking of which, Dan Albus, with his latest article at Kelowna Now, says cash used to appeal the Emergencies Act ruling could be instead used and spent on health or military.
There you go. And we're going to let you go to KelownaNow.com and read this. It's all over X, and a lot of people with a lot of different opinions, a lot of emotion coming back from 2 years ago, a lot of emotion coming back, and a lot of people saying a lot of things, right? So I think go ahead and read the story from Dan.
I think what's important is we need to all step back from the aftermath of what has been and try and take a very clear-eyed look at it and try and not get caught in the cycle of emotion through it. But
more sad news for British Columbia.
Yeah, more than 2,500 people died from overdoses in BC in 2023.
Yeah, the BC Coroner's Office. I remember the resignation there, right? But anyways, BC Coroner Service has revealed 2,511 suspected illicit drug deaths last year, the highest annual total ever recorded. Shocking. Chief Coroner Lisa Lapointe said close to 14,000 people have died since the province declared a public health emergency in April in 2016. That's like some of the small towns in British Columbia. You know, like the population is bigger than some of the small towns, right? So Lapointe said the surging death toll is a direct result of the powerful opioid fentanyl, which continues to be the main driver in drug deaths. She adds that 70% of those who died last year between the ages of 30 and 59, more than 3/4 are male. I mean, those people are just in the prime of their life. Lapointe said thousands of people have died, preventable deaths, since the emergency was declared, with a focus on policing and punishment instead of underlying reasons for drug use, such as pain, trauma, and mental health issues. Yeah, very, very sad, very sad. And there's a breakdown. If you go on KelownaNow.com, you can pick up the breakdown, and it shows you, like, the Kelowna numbers, for instance. In 2013, 12 people. But then if we look ahead, 2013, 12 people. 2023, 101. 10 times. 10 times the amount in Kelowna in 2023. 10 times the amount.
That's like one every 3 days kind of idea.
Kelowna saw the largest death toll in the interior in 2023 with 101. PG with 89. Kamloops 80. Vernon 51. Penticton 22. Just sad. They need to do more. They need to try something different. BC United leader Kevin Falcon said today's announcement is a damning indictment of the NDP's disastrous decriminalization policy, which has recklessly endangered lives. He added, the consequence of this government's negligence can be seen in the lives lost, families broken, and communities suffering. There's not a lot of people you can talk to that have not been touched by this.
Yeah, and I mean, if I may, I mean, decriminalization, I don't know. I mean, it's, to me, it seems like this is like not something that you should be locking people up for if you're on the addicted side, maybe for those who are creating and manufacturing and distributing it. But anyways.
It's definitely a tough problem that needs more resources.
Yeah.
That's the fact of the matter, right?
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of things. More resources need to be put out. It needs to be treated as an emergency like we've treated, like, COVID. Why not put that much energy into that?
Yeah.
There you go.
And a man alleged of several fraud investigations involving car dealerships in BC Interior is being sought out by the RCMP.
Police said the man is believed to use multiple aliases, has been linked to several other failed fraud attempts at other dealerships in Kelowna, Lake Country, Castlegar. These fraud attempts date back to 2022. According to the police, the most recent report was received from a dealership in Enterprise Way in which the animal man is believed to be using different names, but had the same ID photo on each of his 4 driver's licenses he produced.
Whoops.
Local automotive and car dealers are being warned to be on the lookout. Not sure what the fraud is that he's trying to commit, but we're not sure. But I guess he looks different in those photos too, right?
Yeah,
So,
is that the same? Supposed to be.
same structure, for sure. And that's our newscast for Wednesday, January 24th. Look at that. I got it right. January 24th. And one of the things with this new studio that we got going on here, our feet are on the floor here. It can do a lot more twisty, right? So you got to avoid the twisty. Love to hear your feedback on it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's looking a little cloudy out there.
It is. All right. Well, we'll be back again tomorrow morning at 9 with
lots
the
of
latest
dead air
news.
there.
Not sure where we're going, but
Who's driving this spaceship? We'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. right out of this cool looking studio. Until then, stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you in the morning.